Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you guys how to find the quadratic function if I just give you the roots. First of all, the roots here are -1 and 3, so the solutions, or the equations that these are the solutions to, are x plus 1 equals 0 and x minus 3 equals 0. That helps me out because if those are the two zeros, then I just wrote down the factors there, x plus 1 and x minus 3. We can find the equation, or the function, if we just multiply these two out. So that's the function. However, it's asking in standard form, which means we've got to multiply that out. So I'll use a Punnett square to multiply it, and we get f of x equals x squared minus 2x minus 3. This if a equals 1 just implies that we don't need to multiply anything by this first term right here. We're good once we've done that and multiplied it out. Now, the degree is 2 because it's x squared, and the vertex of the function, in order to do that, we should write our function in vertex form. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to complete the square in order to find it out, the vertex form. Half of -2 is 1, and that -1, and that squared is +1. So I've got to add 1. Also, that means I need to subtract 1 to undo the adding 1. And this -3 here comes from the -3 there at the end of the function. So once I've got that to be x minus 1 quantity squared minus 4, that means our vertex is 1, -4. Now, what's the line of symmetry that always goes through the vertex? So that's going to be x equals 1, a vertical line up and down, and I'll show you once we graph it what that looks like. Now that we're graphing it, let's plot these points. So the first point I'll plot is the vertex I just found. And let's go ahead and make a table of values so I can fill that out. So the vertex was plotted, that's 1, -4. The zeros, or the x-intercepts, we also have our -1 and 3. That's the first information they gave us. And so I did that. I'll plot those points. And we have the y-intercept right here is the last part of the equation. You guys see that right up there? So I've got that, and I'll plot that right there. And to find this last point, I could just plug in a 2 here, because that's kind of the missing value. See, I've got -1, 0, 1, and 3, and I'm just missing a 2 right there. So if I plug in 2 into the function, I can plug it into any of the functions, the factored form, the standard form, the vertex form. I found the factored form fairly easy to multiply it out, so I did 2 plus 1 is 3, and 2 minus 3 is -1, so that gives us -3. Now I've plotted that, another way you could have found that is to know that, hey, our axis of symmetry here is, goes right here through x equals 1. So any point that's on the left has to be the same height on the right. So I could have found the point that way also. And lastly, I just need to grab that, graph that. Make sure you draw your arrows at the very top and label the maximum or minimum. It is a minimum, and that is the minimum right there, which is that value, because I already wrote that down on the table. I am good to go. Thank you very much for watching.